All right, guys. Today we are going to be reacting to Andrew Wilson versus Feminist who wasn't raised by her mom. Jump in.
And have a career. It's impossible. Choose one mission to maximize your ability. If your mission is to be the best mother.
That's from Joe Murphy. Thank you for the soup chat, man. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Any disagreements from any of the panelists here?
But what's a definition of like the best mother? Because I think my mom works and that made me a better person because I see that she's ambitious and career driven.
One question on that.
That would make me feel like shit. Make me feel like she was prioritizing career over me.
Damn! Wow.
But
He
your
went straight
parents
to
are
the
still
jugular.
together?
Yes.
And both of them work?
Yes.
And do they, in terms of the income brought to the household, is it about the same? Your dad more, your mom more?
My dad makes more.
Dad makes more, okay. And she works full-time?
She does.
And what about when you were young? Do you have siblings?
No, I'm an only child.
Just you, okay.
There you go.
Was she working full-time even when you were younger, or what was...
Well, if that makes sense, guys. Why be so successful, but you can only have one child? Does that even make sense, guys? Does that make even sense? I don't know. That make no sense in my book, guys.
Your experience growing up?
I think she took off time for like maternity leave, but she was working like majority of my childhood.
So prior to having you, she was working full-time?
Yeah, she was.
What's her job?
She works for the school district.
She like a secretary, or what is she, like a counselor, or what does she do?
No, she like manages like a foreign language program.
Okay, and she's working full-time?
Yeah.
Okay, and how much time did she take off? A year?
I'm not quite sure
You
how
don't
much
recall?
she took
Okay,
off.
yeah. All right, Andrew, it sounded like you maybe had something, or?
Yeah, so I was just saying I understand there could be circumstances where women need to work for the production of income for a household. There's no doubt about that. And by necessity, I think that good moms, of course, will do that. What I'm saying is that if they don't actually have to work, they don't have to. They're hedging their bets against their own future, thinking that it's
100%.
possible that there could be a divorce, something like this. They want to fall back on some income or career that they have. Then they're prioritizing themselves over the future of their own children. And I think that that's, in many ways, despicable.
Damn.
But I think my mom, like, I feel like the fact that she had a job not only made me realize that, you know, I need to be ambitious and want like a great career in the future as well, but then she also had the time to take care of me.
That's not possible.
Why is that not possible?
How many hours a week does your mom work?
Like it's probably like the standard like 8 to 5.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so she works 8 to 5, which means that she had to outsource your care from at least the hours of 8 to 5, right?
Okay, but when you say outsource, yes,
Somebody else besides her had to do it between the hours of 8 to 5,
yes,
right?
so okay, so my grandma raised me from those hours that she wasn't home. Why
Yeah,
is that
why
not?
is that optimal?
Why is
that
that?
optimal as opposed to your own mother?
Because she is a great woman too that influenced my beliefs, and why can't that be
Well, let's
optimal
start
for
with
somebody
this.
else to?
Was it necessary? Like, did she necessarily need to work in
I
order
think-
to support you, or was it a choice that she made because she wanted the extra income?
I don't think. Well, she always told me this. I don't think she wanted to work because of the extra income, because quite frankly, we were okay financially. But
Yeah, well then why was she prioritizing that over you?
because
That's weird.
because work gives you a sense of fulfillment in terms of
Over raising your own children?
Wow, over raising your own blood. My God. This is what hypergamy kicks in, and this is what the problem with the boomers, boomers and Generation X, right? I think they messed up big time. I always go back to this movie, guys. This movie, Dennis the Menace, the movie. There's a scene where you have mom and dad. They're rushing in the mornings, right? They're having some breakfast, but they cannot take care of Dennis the Menace. So they just moved. They just they just leave Dennis with the neighbor. And you know that the kid is always acting up because, you know, he's looking for attention. However, during that time, the concept of power couple was a new thing, right? That was the optimal family to have, right? Mom and dad are working, yeah, we have these nice, nicest thing. But we never talk about the simple fact that Dennis was the menace because he never got the attention. The attention from mom. You know, it's like they really don't. It's like, guys, imagine if we didn't take fatherhood seriously. If we didn't take fatherhood seriously, if that was the case, if we didn't take fatherhood seriously as men, right, this society will collapse. But somehow females can play this game where they cannot take, they can take motherhood, you know, for whatever they want to simply just value it. But somehow they can pick and choose. They can pick and choose whether or not they love. They can be mothers. Well, if they can be mothers, they can be husbands, and they can be the mom. They can do it all. They can do it all. But somehow we're not telling, society has not told them, right, that they effed up big time. They can't. They simply can't. I don't know, guys. I think when it comes down to stuff like this, it's a little, it's worrisome, but I need to just focus on the ball. Only in the ball, right? She's the only child, but at the same time, her parents failed, guys. Only child, no siblings, and they have all the money in the world. For what?
She did raise
weird.
me.
So you want to
No,
work?
she didn't.
You want to
No,
work in the future so that you can provide the same example
You
for
said
your
your
daughter?
grandma raised you.
I think my mom worked, right? And she gave me, seeing her work and also being able to raise me and spend time with me.
She didn't raise you. She outsourced half of your raising to somebody else or more.
Yeah, that's what
She did raise me. You're defining raising as a 100%.
So your grandma at least raised you from the hours of 9 to 5, right?
And she was a great influence on me. So that was optimal.
She wasn't. Not saying that your grandma wasn't a great influence, okay?
Oh,
I'm just saying that she outsourced your raising to a person who was not her from at least the hours of 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, right?
But you're saying that what is optimal...
Can you answer my question before you ask me one?
Sorry, could you repeat the question one more time?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, you were not listening.
You at least from the hours of 9 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the evening. Is that correct?
Correct.
So then somebody besides your mom was actually raising you between at least most of the block of the day.
Correct.
Okay, correct. So if that is the case,
Well, hold on. Let me see what this guy
the
said.
day.
Correct.
I'm just gonna say it. Your mother's selfish. Your grandparents should enjoy their golden years. Yep. Your grandparents should enjoy their golden years. Yep. There you go. Alvin said it. Her mother was selfish. No reason to just go for work. You know? It's crazy, man. And I think it has to do with hypergamy. She probably was open to just get a second option. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Guys, females will give you as much genes you ask for them, if you're the right gene for them. If you don't, well, you're gonna just look around. One of the places to look around, where is that? It's the job. Why? Because there's an option for hypergamy, guys. There's an option for hypergamy.
Okay, correct. So if that is the case, then I don't know what you're disputing with me. Saying that your grandma's a good person, I'm not disputing that. Grandma's probably awesome.
I understand that, but you're saying that not outsourcing is optimal.
Yes,
But-
that would have been optimal for you, correct.
But I think outsourcing was the optimal way to raise me because
Why? So you're saying that you would prefer to have had less time with your mother during your formative years?
I'm not saying I would have rather had less time, but I
So
also
would you have rather had more time with your mother or less time with your mother?
I was happy the way I grew up because
Yeah, can you answer my question though? Would you rather have less time with your mother in your formative years or more time with your mother in your formative years?
There's no less or more. I was happy with it.
Yeah, no, answer that question. Andrew, come on. That's good.
So you can't answer my question, right? Because the answer is you'd rather have more time with your mother during your formative years, and you know it, right?
But I actually liked that my grandma raised me, because now I have an established relationship with my grandma that I
You
wouldn't
would
have
have had an
had.
established relationship with your grandma anyway.
What guarantees that? If she didn't raise
Your
me during
grandma
those
wouldn't have come and
years.
visited you because your mom stayed home with you, or what?
But I had a deeper connection with my grandma because I spent those
Yeah, that's
number of
the
hours
problem,
with her.
right? That's the bad thing. It's like that deeper connection aspect. When you say I have a deeper connection with
I think
grandma,
you're just taking it
than I have,
No, no,
than I
no.
have potentially with my own mother,
don't
right?
jump
So that's
in.
the thing that I'm disputing here. It's
Yo,
like
she's
I'm
really
not saying-
she's the one that, because this is not the first time coming to the show, so she really knows what Andrew and Brian are doing. So she really wants to.
saying that your grandma's not a wonderful person and didn't do everything she could possibly do to raise you. I'm not saying anything like that at all. I'm just pointing out that if a woman is to prioritize outsourcing your care to somebody else, then it sounds like she's not prioritizing you. She's
Yeah.
letting somebody else prioritize
Good
you.
point.
And I think that that's ultimately fairly selfish.
But you can prioritize multiple things. Why do you have to just
Yes,
pick
you
one in
can, but
life?
I think that a good mother prioritizes her children above all things.
Yeah, 100%.
I can see your perspective. I may not necessarily agree with it, but
She's saving you,
I think
lady.
that that's fair. Like, listen, I understand that people come from all different walks of life and have all sorts of contributing circumstances to how they were raised. I most certainly did. I had a stay-at-home dad rather than a stay-at-home mom because my father had multiple sclerosis. He couldn't work. So he stayed at home with me, and those are the best years of my life. He was a fantastic father, this type of thing. But always, one of my parents was at home to take care of us, and the reason that was so important, rather than outsourcing, is because they valued us more than they valued any external gains. So that's just my perspective.
I see your perspective, and I can.
Yeah, of course, you will see this perspective. He just hitting you right on, right with the left hook, right on the jaw. I mean, these are very important topics, folks, and we're getting through. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.